like forcing myself to pick up books, but I've attracted so many amazing people into my life.
May or may not have fainted.
I'm not looking past the day ahead. Hey guys, so today I thought it would be fun to kind of just talk to you guys about things that I have been doing whilst being at home to stay positive. There's like so much anxiety going around right now. It's like such an uncertain time. I think it is definitely impacting mental health right now, being stuck inside. I actually have started a series called How Are You, where I basically just interview my friends over Zoom about like how they're doing, how they've been spending their time, to kind of just shed some light on the situation. If you want to check that out, it'll be linked down below and up here. These are just things that I personally have been doing to try and stay positive. So the first thing that I've been doing every single day is completing my 5-minute journal. So I've talked about this before, but I do it in the morning and in the night, just before I go to bed. In the morning, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and daily affirmations. In the evening, before bed, I write down 3 amazing things that happened today and how could I have made today even better. So I feel like this just really helps me reflect on the day and start my day out positively. I think it's very easy right now to kind of like doubt your purpose and think, why am I even doing any of this? Because at times, especially right now, it can seem like there's no light at the end of the tunnel because there's just so much negativity going around, especially in the media and everything. So I find that this really helps me because I'm not looking past the day ahead sort of thing. Like, I'm just thinking about today and like that's it. It just makes me actively think about what makes me happy and the positives, because writing these things down just kind of ingrains it into my mind for the rest of the day. Even if it's in my subconscious, I feel like it does impact me, especially in the evening when I have to write down 3 amazing things that happened today. Obviously I'm gonna have days where they were shit basically, and even on bad days, trying to find small things that were still amazing. Like, I don't know, the sunset today was beautiful, or the weather today was amazing, or I cooked myself a really nice meal. Even if it's just little things like that, I think it can still make a world of difference, especially before going to bed as well. At the beginning of all of this, I really was struggling to sleep. So since I've been getting back into this, I've definitely noticed like a change in my sleeping patterns and my routine. I think just implementing this into my routine helps me stick to the routine, if that makes sense. Even if you don't have a journal like this, I think even just writing down those things in the morning, like I am grateful for, talking about what would make your day great, like what you really want to do today. If there's a goal you want to achieve in the day, even if it's a small thing, literally just like, today I want to get dressed and I want to cook myself a really nice meal, and if that's all you've done, then you've achieved it. So this has been really helping me just stay positive. Otherwise my mind can stray to very negative thoughts and no one wants that. So yeah. So the next thing that I've been doing is trying to keep to like a rough routine, especially in the morning. I think like past the morning, my day is always very different. Like, I don't stick to a very structured routine, but in the morning I like to keep it kind of structured. Again, it's just setting my day out a bit more positively. It kind of just keeps my brain like set, like, okay, we're gonna get up at 9 every single day, have breakfast, I can write my to-do list, and then I can spend the day however I want. But it's just in the morning, I like to wake up every day at the same time. So I like to wake up at like 9 every single day and then be up by 9:30 and then have eaten my breakfast by 10. That's just what works for me. It really helps me to have that tiny bit of structure in my day. When I wake up really late, I feel really guilty, which I don't know why, because you need sleep. So whenever I like sleep until like 11 or 12, I just wake up feeling really groggy and then I can't be bothered to do anything for the whole day. I feel like for me 9 is quite a reasonable time. That might be really late for some people, that might be really early for some people, but I feel like that works for me. Next thing I've been trying to do is read more, because the thing is, right, when I was younger, I used to be such a bookworm. Like, I would be reading a book a week. I was just so invested in books. Like, I just didn't want to know about reality. Something that I've always wanted to just regain that love for reading, because once I'm into a book, I cannot put it down. But I don't have that like innate thing of like picking up a book, because I'm just lazy. I've been like forcing myself to pick up books because I know once I start it I won't be able to put it down. I've been reading Law of Attraction. I mean, this could be a whole video in itself, but like, just doing more reading about it has definitely helped me a lot. If you don't know what the Law of Attraction is, it's basically the idea that your thoughts basically impact what you attract into your life. I know a lot of people talk about like your thoughts give off like frequency waves and stuff like that. I don't read too much into that myself personally. I kind of just think about it in a way that your thoughts really really do impact your actions will attract those things into your life. That's kind of why I've been doing like daily affirmations and stuff, because I genuinely do believe that actively saying something to yourself or writing something down really does make you start to believe it without you even realizing. With these daily affirmations, the idea is that you're writing things down as if you already have them, or you're saying things to yourself as if you already have them. So for example, if you really want to be a doctor and you're working towards that, you would say to yourself, I am a doctor. It does honestly just help you have a more positive mindset. I like to tell myself things like, I am a successful filmmaker. I really want to be a filmmaker, so that's why I tell myself that. Honestly, ever since I started doing that, I've attracted so many amazing people into my life in that industry. I've attracted so many, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I could do a whole video on it. But so reading that has definitely been keeping me positive and motivated to do the things I want to do. It's really helping me get excited about after all of this is over and we can finally go out again, because that's just what I'm trying to focus on, when I can see my amazing friends do all these things that I really want to do and attract all these things into my life that I want to attract, rather than thinking, oh, we're going to be stuck inside, because often people only think about what they don't want and how much they don't want it, which is kind of a very negative mindset to have. I've also been reading Feminists Don't Wear Pink and Other Lies. It was curated by Scarlett Curtis, and the book is basically just a book of essays written by all these amazing women and what their experience with feminism has been, and like how they discovered feminism and when they started considering themselves as feminists, and just like all these different experiences. Like there's so many different women in this book from all different walks of life, and I've just been finding it really interesting to read. This book, honestly, like I felt understood reading it. I think everyone should read this, boys and girls, because it's so simply put. This would be such a good book for like younger teenage children to help them understand sexism. There's also a podcast that goes with this that I like binge listened to the whole thing before I read it. I've also been rereading the Throne of Glass series, because this series, it is so flipping good. Sarah J Maas is actually like an icon, like she really is. I'm just been rereading them because they just make me happy. We all need to be doing things that make us happy right now. It's just a good way to escape to a different world, really. So yeah, I've also been listening to a couple audiobooks. I've almost finished listening to Normal People. I know the new series has just come out, and don't you worry, I will be watching it. As soon as I saw the preview and I saw Coddle, I
may or may not have fainted. That man is very beautiful. I
am extremely excited to switch that on, watch the whole thing in a day. Another thing I've been doing is watching movies on my watch list. I'm not gonna lie, like my movie watch list like low-key kind of stresses me out, because I always put so many movies on there and I'm like, oh, I need to watch this, I need to watch this, I need to watch this, and then I kid you not, I will literally spend like 2 hours trying to decide what to watch, and in that 2 hours I could have watched something. So what I've been doing is I've been like allocating a movie like to each day of the week, because that way it's like I can't argue with myself. Honestly, I think it's been such a productive use of my time, especially since I'm going to be doing film and TV in September. Why did I say that so weirdly? I think it's very productive use of my time. Some movies that I have absolutely loved. Honey Boy, I know I'm late, but I just recently watched that. That was very good. Farewell, that's been on my watch list for ages. Absolutely beautiful. Grandma with Lily Tomlin, highly recommend that one as well. I feel like not many people know about that movie, but it was honestly so good. Also been watching a lot of Disney Plus. Disney movies just put you in a good mood, let's be honest. Like, although some of them are low-key stressful, like Nemo. That shit was giving me heart palpitations. I actually don't know how I watched it so calmly as a child. Also, fun fact about Nemo, you know how like the turtles are so like, yo. Apparently it's because turtles are constantly high or something. I can't remember the fact, but there's something about turtles being constantly high because something that they eat or something makes them high. Yep, I'm full of facts. I'm full of facts. Watching all the Disney movies in French because we're on that French grind and I want to be fluent. So rewatching Hannah Montana, rewatching Lizzie McGuire, because it just, you know, throws me back to a better time. I've been rewatching some Netflix shows that I know will make me happy, like that I've already seen, and it's like there's no risk involved. Like I can just watch it and I know I'll love it. I'll be in a good mood. So BoJack Horseman, that show just really gets me in my feels, to be honest. And like all the rom-coms from the 90s, I've been watching all of those because they just put me in a good mood. I think I've watched 10 Things I Hate About You probably 10 times in the past month. The clothes, can we just take a minute to like appreciate the clothes in 10 Things I Hate About You, because I want the whole wardrobe. I want the costume designer to come to my house and completely just revamp my wardrobe and give me all those clothes. So another thing I've been doing to kind of just help myself feel a bit more proactive, a bit more positive, is getting dressed every single day, regardless of like what I'm doing. I know on days where if I just stay in my pajamas, I will literally not leave my bed. Like, I will just not do anything. And on days where I have a lot of things on my to-do list and there's a lot of work that needs to be done, I will put on a pair of jeans. There's nothing like an uncomfortable pair of jeans to get you working. I don't know what it is about jeans that just put me in the mindset of we got shit to do today and we're gonna do it. I've also been taking the time to sort out my Spotify playlist because I'm not gonna lie, they were a bit of a mess. I've like edited them all so it's all like photos for like the covers. It looks so pretty. I've been making like a quarantine playlist of like all my favorite songs, like discovering a lot of new music. This is why Spotify is just superior. Sorry if you have Apple Music, but... And on the subject of music, I've also been spending a lot of time every day playing an instrument. So my children in the background, I've been spending a lot of time with them. You can't really see Lindsay because...
Yes, I name my guitars, don't judge me.
Lindsay is a bit further away, but Stevie right here is having a great time. Yes, they're named after Lindsay and Stevie from Fleetwood Mac. Please don't come for me. It's just something I absolutely love and I've always loved, and I find it very therapeutic playing guitar and playing piano. Whenever I feel boredom, I'm just like, guitar, piano. The next thing I've been trying to do is some form of physical activity, exercise every day. I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't always happen, but I did at the start get myself into a very toxic mindset of I need to exercise every day and then feeling extremely guilty if I didn't. Just really messed up because even before lockdown, I wasn't even going to the gym every day. I was going probably like twice a week. I don't even know why I got into that mindset of like,
I need to exercise every single day.
That was just not making me feel good. Now I've kind of switched it to if I want to do a workout, then I will do one. But if I don't want to, I'm not gonna force myself. If I don't really feel like it, then I'll probably just go in the garden and do some stretching or do some yoga because it's a bit less, just a bit more calming. I do know that every time I exercise, I definitely feel much better afterwards, getting those endorphins. For me, exercise anyway has always sort of been the impact on my mental health. My main sort of love for it is the fact that it just makes me feel a lot happier afterwards. I try to implement it as much as I can, but I'm not gonna beat myself up if I don't, because at the end of the day, like, we're in a world pandemic. I don't need to be being super productive and doing loads and loads of stuff. Like, it's okay to be feeling very anxious and down, and sometimes you do have to just let yourself feel those things and don't push them away, because if you don't let yourself feel them, you're never going to process it. Another thing that I've been doing that has honestly been making the biggest difference for me mentally is having like Zoom quizzes with my friends and like pub quizzes on Zoom. Honestly, afterwards I feel like rejuvenated and like revitalized and just like so happy. You can like make yourself a little gin and tonic, you know, pub quiz with your friends and get a bit tipsy. You feel like you're actually out with them. I've been really loving doing that because I miss my friends so much. So that is pretty much most of the stuff I've been doing. I just honestly hope you guys are all doing okay and they're all doing well. I'm sending you guys all the positive vibes and lots of love, and comment down below things that you have been doing to stay positive so we can all just have a little positivity fest, you know. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.